Hello, have you heard about the term global citizen? I think that if you are someone who are studying abroad, living abroad, working abroad, or you were born in a multicultural family, the term global citizen is really familiar to you, right? However, is it really easy to become a global citizen, or it is so difficult that in the end of the day, you even lose your original cultural identity? If you ever have a thought about that topic, before, this video might be interesting for you. Well, the reason why I came across to the idea of making a video on this topic is that I myself have been living in 4 different countries. I was born and raised in Vietnam, and after that I went to Japan for university, and then I also went to the happiest nation on earth, which is Denmark, for my master degree. I also spent several months in London in the UK as well. So for every time I changed to live in a new different country, I faced a lot of culture shocks, and I somehow have to change myself to culturally adapt to the environment that I am living in. However, the change in yourself is not always an easy task at all. For a lot of time, I ask myself that, do I really need to change myself? Or should other people just simply accept a person who I am? So obviously you have a certain freedom to choose to behave according to your preference, right? However, when it goes to the time when you have to go out to the market in a host country to apply for a job, the question become more difficult and the choice become tougher, and actually you have to either change yourself to culturally fit with the organization, with the company that you are applying for, or you just have to go back to your home country. And to be fair, I want to stay abroad to experience the working culture there. So I think that I really need to change myself. And as you might know, that for a lot of big companies abroad, the common way to test a candidate to see if they are cultural fit to the company is through a personality test or through a personality interview. And I myself took a lot of them before, and I can see there is a huge difference in the way I think I will behave and the way the employer expects me to behave. So now I will give you 2 examples to demonstrate for what I just have said. Example number 1, I remember the first time I had a personality test is when I applied for an international internship for a multinational company in Denmark. And I remember they asked me a question that, do I normally trust other people easily, or I am always skeptical toward other opinions and always criticize on others people's opinion. And at that time I was just living in Denmark for a little bit more than half a year. So I think the Japanese mentality still overpowered the way I think. So I, honestly answered them that, well, I normally trust other people easily. People surrounding me are really trustworthy. Sometimes I even follow their opinions without any doubt. Well, I think if I answer in that way, the Japanese employer will really like me. They think that I am a really nice person. I am a really obedient person, even so that they can train me easily to become a person that they want me to become. However, the Danish interviewer at the time seems not really satisfied with my answer, and obviously I failed. And for the next time when I have another personality interview, I decided to change the way I answer the question. And I told them that, well, I normally always skeptical toward others' opinion. I super critical in others' opinion. I do not trust other people easily because I don't see certain things, certain opinions in a really one-sided way. I'm a super critical person, and bingo, I passed that personality interview. Example number 2, for a lot of time I am asked the question that, what personality that portray you the best? If it were me 1.5 years ago, maybe I normally answered that I am a really hardworking person. I don't mind working really late at night, even up until 8, 9 o'clock at night, just to finish my task, to finish my assignment, because I want to be a really good, well-valued contributor to the company. However, the Danish interviewer at the time did not really like my answer, and then you can guess that I failed the interview. The next time when I have the same question, I decided to answer in a completely different way. I told them that I am a super innovative person. I rather to work smart than work hard. So I also prefer to have a really good work-life balance, because it makes me to become more productive, more efficient at work, and also in my private life as well. And bingo, they seem to really like my answer, and I passed the personality interview, apparently. So through my 2 examples, you can see how struggle I am to answer some questions, some really basic question about myself. And you can see that there is a huge difference between the way I think I will behave and the way the other expect me to behave when I live in a completely cultural environment with my own. And to be fair, my job hunting journey in Scandinavia was not easy at all. I failed, a lot of time for the personality test, personality interviews. However, over time, I can sense the way that they want me to behave, and then I answer the question accordingly, and finally I successfully secured a job in Sweden. However, I think it is again the time for me to ask myself the question that who I really am. I am a true global citizen right now, or I am just a fake person who is foxy enough to hack the personality interview to get a job. To be fair, I really don't know the answer, but I try to make 2 reasonable excuses to make myself feel more, comfortable and feel more happier with all of my changes. The first excuse is that I believe there is always a clear separating line between the working setting and your private life. So you are not a fake person anymore, because you have to have some sort of responsibility to behave accordingly to the organizational culture, to perform well, to function well. However, when you finish your work, you go to your private life, you definitely can expose yourself with all of your true color to your friends. And that kind of different you are something really normal, I believe. It just shows that you are a super professional person, and if you can make a really smooth transition between yourself at work and yourself at private life, I think it is normally okay. The second excuse is that I do believe that personality or the set of culture value that you embrace are something really flexible and can be changed easily over time in your life. And if those kind of changes make your life become easier and enable you to move on with all of the external changes in your life, then it's going to be okay, as long as you feel really comfortable with who you are at the moment. You feel that you become a more likable person, you function well, better in your working place and also in your private life, and you should be totally okay with that. For myself, I think that I am not a really typical Vietnamese anymore, and it might sound really pathetic, but actually it makes me, function well in every single environment that I have been living in. So for all of my Vietnamese friends and international friends who used to know me, I hope that you will not think that I am a fake person just trying to change myself to please anyone. It is just the way that I have to deal with a global life that I am choosing right now. So that is all of my thoughts and experiences on the topic of global citizen. Now I would like to hear from you. If you have any experience and have any face the situation that you feel your cultural identity and the cultural environment that you are living in are conflicting, please feel free to share with me. I'd love to read all of them. And also, if you have any tips to become a true global citizen, please share to me as well. So for all of you who have been watching until this time, really thank you for your time and maybe see you next time.